Welcome back to another edition of my series of my game collection, part 10. So yeah, I have just acquired a bunch of new video games that I would like to tell you guys about and let you know my thoughts on each one as we go through them. So I already own this game on the Nintendo 64, but I wanted to get it on the PlayStation 1 as I believe it's more so the definitive way to play the video game, and that is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. I love the Tony Hawk franchise, so I can't wait to go back in the past and play these games when it comes time for me to review them. And for the people who have been following me on this channel, you guys know that I love me some racing games, so on the PlayStation 1 I had to go back and pick up Gran Turismo. Moving on to the PlayStation 3, I had to get me another set of games that I loved playing back when the PlayStation 3 was still popular, and that is Little Big Planet and Little Big Planet 2. The amount of creativity that this game provides you is just awesome. I need to get me Little Big Planet 3 at some point so that way I can complete that for the PlayStation 3. From what I heard, that they turned down the servers on the first two Little Big Planet games. I think Little Big Planet 3 also. I'm not entirely sure, but that's very disappointing if that's the case. And going back to skateboarding on the Xbox 360 this time, I had to get me the first original Skate. Skate 3, I believe, is probably the best out of the franchise from the three, but I have to go back and get Skate if I'm going to review this series. I also went back to go and pick up SSX for the Xbox 360. I had a lot of fun playing this video game back in the day when it released, and it's been a while since I played it. I never really actually got through a lot of it, only just a little bit, so I want to be able to experience it to its full intent when I get around to reviewing this game for you guys. Now, this might be a little bit different from the video games I usually talk about, but this one I had to pick up because my older sister played this game a lot growing up, and it's just a little bit of nostalgia for me talking about this game, and that is Disgaea Hour of Darkness. It's a top-down strategy game, which I don't normally like playing all the time, but I believe I'm probably going to have some fun playing this game when I get around to it. And another video game that my older sister ended up playing way more than I did, and a nostalgia factor that adds on to that as well, is Dot Hack Infection. I never really watched the anime. I remember watching my sister play this game a lot, and for me, I had to add it to my collection because I just want to be able to re-experience this and see how it holds up today. Keeping on the theme of anime, I also decided to go and get Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 1. This game is an all-time classic. It's what started the Tenkaichi franchise, which became one of the biggest fan favorites in the Dragon Ball fighting game community. Speaking of which, this is by far, out of any video game I have added to this list, this is probably the most expensive title. In terms of trying to get your hands on this game now these days is extremely difficult, and that would be Budokai Tenkaichi 3. And you know how much I paid for this? Nothing, because my friend just gave it to me because it was apparently just collecting dust on his shelf. He didn't want it anymore. I gave him the biggest hug in the world when he gave this to me. I even made sure, I told him, I was like, dude, are you sure? Because this game goes for a lot of money. Because I didn't want to just take it from him. He was just like, dude, honestly, just take it. It's collecting dust on my shelf. I'm never going to play it. And oh my God, bro, when I honestly thought I was dreaming, because for the longest time I've been wanting to get Tenkaichi 3, but I never knew when I was going to be able to get around to getting it, or if I was ever going to be able to get it. So being the fact that he just fucking gave it to me and finishing my collection of Dragon Ball Z Budokai games, dude, if you're watching this, you are the fucking best. And the rest of the games I'm going to go through are also other games that he just gave me as well that he just didn't want anymore, so I just took them. Even games that I've never even heard about or even played, I took them anyway just to add on to the collection. One of them would be what's called Shell Shock Nam 67. Apparently it's a shooter video game, obviously, but I've never played it before, and you know, one day I'll get to it. If you guys have heard about this game and you guys like it as well and you guys really want me to talk about it, I'll get to it as soon as I can if there's enough demand for it on my channel. And for those people who don't know me that well, I do also like me watching some WWE, and I also decided to get my friend's copy of WWE SmackDown vs. Raw. I've never played these games growing up. The only time I ever actually got into the franchise of playing the WWE fighting games was when it started in 2015. WWE 2K15 is when I first got into it. Didn't play for a couple years. I put so many hours into 2K19. and I just had a blast playing those games. So I'll probably start buying the games in this franchise over time and review them when I get around to it. I also love me some Mortal Kombat in my life, so I had to grab Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. I've never played this one growing up. I think the first Mortal Kombat I ever played was Mortal Kombat Armageddon, and then that's where I started with the series, and then I started getting back into it with Mortal Kombat 9, 10, and then 11. I'll play this game at some point when I get around to it to review it for the franchise, and I've heard that this is a big fan favorite amongst the community, so I'm looking forward to being able to play it. Now, I need to get the first entry of this video game franchise, but it was sitting right there on the shelf, so I had to grab it anyway, and that is Kingdom Hearts 2. I've never played these video games. There is obviously a huge community behind it, which never made sense to me. Final Fantasy and Disney animated characters coming together for a crossover. That concept always confused me. Why that, of all things, to cross over with? So, it's interesting. Hopefully, it's very fun when I get around to it and I have a great time. So, we'll see what happens when I get to it. And because considering I've never played this franchise, I don't know where this lies in the timeline, but I also got what's called Kingdom Hearts RE semicolon Chains of Memories. So yeah, I have no idea where this is supposed to be in the timeline of Kingdom Hearts. I don't know if it comes after Kingdom Hearts 2 or if it comes before it and then after 1. I have no idea. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys have ever played this game. And 2 more games in my collection that my friend gave to me that is a big help to build my collection here is Mario Party 5 and Mario Party 7. I love getting a big group of friends together and playing these Mario Party games at my place, so I'm so happy that they're now in my collection, so that way whenever I get around to reviewing them, I'll be able to have a bunch of friends come over and I could just sit down taking notes while we play together and just have fun and hate each other. And to end off my list for part 10 of my game collection series, I got myself Super Monkey Ball 2. Only reason why I got this one instead of the first one first was because my friend told me that the second one is the best one apparently on the Nintendo GameCube. So I got this one first to, just be able to play and have my friends, have something to do when we have, people together and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to reviewing this when I get to it. And I'll definitely be grabbing the first one, which I'll end up reviewing first, obviously. So yeah, there we go, guys. That is part 10 of my video game collection series. Obviously, there's going to be more to come in the future, and I'm surprised I even got this far. Obviously, I'm still surprised as a YouTuber. I'm consistently still making videos, and so I'm just happy to have you guys along the ride with me doing this, and I appreciate you all so much, guys. Remember to comment, like, subscribe, thumbs up, do whatever you guys can to support this channel. My name is Pedro Ordonez, also known as GL7. Guys, let me know what you guys would like to see me talk about in the future in another video, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.